today I'm going to be doing my August week 3 reading vlog. And I'm just gonna do a quick summary of all the books that I'm currently in the middle of. Last week, I was in the middle of like 7 books at the beginning of the week. It's only like 3 this week, so that's really good. The first one is the one that I've been reading for like about 3 weeks now, Gardens of the Moon by Erika. I'm really hoping that I can make a lot more progress on this book this week, so we'll see how that goes. Really enjoying it though. Definitely excited to continue on with this one. A lot more than I was like 2 weeks ago, so yes. The next one that I'm listening to on audiobook is The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu. I'm actually almost done with this one. I'm hoping to finish this one today. We'll see. I haven't really been listening to audiobooks at work very much lately, so I don't know if I'm really gonna get to it that much. This one, I started out really strong, like the first couple of chapters, and then I had a little struggle with just changing characters really quickly and not really getting attached to any characters. And then the characters that I really liked ended up doing a lot of stuff or not doing things in ways that I didn't like it. So yeah, that's kind of where I am with this one. Hopefully the ending is really good though, so I'm hoping that. The third book that I'm currently in the middle of is called The Bone Ships. It's an arc that I got from NetGalley. The first book in a new series by RJ Barker. I've never read this author before, but I'm currently really enjoying it. I won't talk too much about this one in the vlogs, but yeah, it's really good, and I'm hoping to make a lot more progress on that one because I'm really enjoying that one. That one's probably the one I'm enjoying the most out of all of the books I'm reading right now. Before I go, I probably should mention The Last Namsara. So if you've been following my reading vlogs, I started this like about 2 weeks ago. Last week, I didn't read it at all. Like, I didn't read a single word in it. So it's maybe an accidental DNF, maybe not. This is part of my book buying ban challenge. I have to read this book in order to buy more books. I'm going to try and read it this week. I'm gonna finish The Bone Ships and The Grace of Kings first, and then I'm gonna try and pick up The Last Namsara and finish it this week. Hopefully I can do that because I have a few more YA books on that list that I need to get to, and I just wanted to do this one first. So hopefully I'll end up reading this one, and hopefully I'll like it, but I haven't gotten past like chapter 3 yet, so yeah. It is Tuesday, August 13th. This morning I finished The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu, and the ending is really good. Oh my gosh. The plot of this book is really good. Like, it's a really great military plot, and the way it ends is really good. I really enjoyed the ending. The problem is, I would have like loved this book, loved it so much if I had cared about the characters. Like, if I had cared about the characters, the ending would have destroyed me, but I didn't care about the characters. So yeah, there's that. And the middle of this book, like the main conflict of the middle of this book that led to the ending, I didn't like the way that was done. It was just done in a way that I was just like, it's so easy to avoid this, but yet the characters are not doing it. They're not even trying to. So the middle I didn't really enjoy that much, but the ending I really liked. So yeah, I ended up giving it 4 stars because if the ending and everything was good before the ending, that ending would have bumped it up to 5 stars. But I was leaning toward a 3-star rating before that ending. So that's why I ended up getting 4 stars for me. I really enjoyed the ending of this book. I definitely am excited to continue on with this series. I want to see where it's going. I'm hoping that the second one in this series is better than the first one. Like, I feel like this was a lot of setup, especially like the first half of the book. So hopefully the second book in the series, it has less setup and I can just get more into it, and hopefully I'll start liking the characters more, because there is one character in this book that I really do like, but the rest of them I have 0 feelings about. So did really enjoy the ending though, so I do recommend this one, and the audiobook is fantastic. Love the audiobook. So when I finished the audiobook for that one, I decided that I'm gonna pick up a new audiobook. I haven't gotten very far into it. I've been listening to about maybe 10 minutes now. But I decided to pick up The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest by Steig, Larrson. So this book has been on my TBR forever. I recently finished the first 2 books in this trilogy. I didn't think I was gonna get the audiobook for this one this month. I thought I would have to wait like another 3 or 4 weeks to get the audiobook just because that's how long my hold was at the library. So I didn't put this as my thriller for this month because of that. But since I got the audiobook, I decided to just go ahead and read it, and I'm super, super excited for it. It's already started off amazingly, and it's so good so far. I also really love the audiobook narrator for this. Like, if I didn't like the audiobook narrator for this series as much as I do, I probably just would have read this book physically. But since I like the audiobook narrator so much, I think his name is Simon Vance. So good. So, so good. And I'm so, so, so excited to finish this trilogy. So excited for it. So that's what I'm reading right now. I didn't get to any physical reading at all the last couple of days. So maybe I'll get some time tonight. I might not. We'll see how that goes. But I gotta go to work, so I will talk to you guys later. It's Thursday, August 15th. I just finished The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest by Steig Larrson. It is so, so good. Oh my gosh. I really, really love this trilogy. It's so complex that it feels like real life. Like, it doesn't feel like a story. It feels like real people with real lives who go through real issues. And I just really love the way the ending tied in with the beginning. That's all I'm gonna say. But it was a great tie-in that I really, really enjoyed. I know this series continues on with a different author. It's left open enough that I can see how it does that, but at the same time, I love the ending of the original trilogy so much that I don't know if I want to continue on with this series, like with the other books, because I just feel like it'll be different than with the first 3, and the first 3 were just so, so good that I don't know. If you've read any of these books, and if you've read the 4, 5, and 6 that recently came out, let me know if you like them, because I would be really interested in your opinion, because I really, really loved the first 3 books in the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. So, so good, and I felt like the ending was just perfect. Okay, so for my next audiobook, I decided to pick up Invasion of the Tearling by Erika Johannson. This is the second novel in the Queen of the Tearling series. Trilogy. So this is the second novel in the Queen of the Tearling trilogy. It is a lot different than I was expecting. Like, a lot different. I think I categorized the first novel in this trilogy as fantasy, but I would definitely put it in the sci-fi category now, because it has some of your basic fantasy tropes, but in a dystopian setting, and some of the things that are being explored in the second book are definitely more sci-fi than fantasy, because in this book there are a lot more point of views than there were in the first book, and one of the point of views is Lily, who is a girl from almost our time, a little bit into the future of our time, like in the 2050s, that kind of era. Obviously, our actual setting takes place far, far in the future after that. So that's why this is like a sci-fi to me now. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I like it more than the first one. The first one I gave a 4 stars and I enjoyed it. I think there's just a little bit more to this one, but like, it's not quite what I wanted it to be. You know what I mean? Because it's called Invasion of the Tearling. I expected there to be some more war and fighting, and we're still very much stuck in the castle on the political side, and very much in retreat also. Like, they haven't figured out anything counteract the invasion at all. Not that we've actually seen an invasion happen yet. Hopefully that'll happen before the end of it. I'm not that far into it as of yet. Like, at the end of the first one, it was pretty obvious that there was gonna be an invasion, and the fact that the second one's called Invasion of the Tearling, I was expecting like the invasion to be like immediate, and it wasn't. So yeah. Anyways, still enjoying this one. I have a lot to do today, so I'll probably just end up listening to this one today, but hopefully soon I can get some physical reading done. I don't know right now what I'm gonna read physically. Probably the Bone Ships. I guess that's not really physical because that's an ebook, but I haven't gotten to that one at all. It's, by the way, it's an arc that I recently got from NetGalley and I'm really, really excited about. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with the last Namsara. I think I'm gonna have to count this as a DNF. I really didn't want to DNF this one. What chapter is this? Okay, so I read the first 6 chapters this time around. Last month I tried to read this one and I only got past chapter 2, and when I first bought this book I tried to read it and I didn't get very far into it, and then I tried to read it like the month after that as well. So it's been like 4 or 5 months that I've tried to pick up this book and I haven't gotten past chapter 6. There's just something about it that I haven't like held on to. So this one, unfortunately, I think is gonna be a DNF, which I didn't want to make this one like a DNF, but it just doesn't appeal to me when I'm reading it. You know what I mean? Like the idea of it appeals to me, but every time I read it, my mind starts wandering and I am just not attached to the book at all. And honestly, I can't right now. Maybe in the future I'll decide to pick this one up again. It's still on my shelf, but as of right now, I don't think I'll be reading this one. If you've read this one, please let me know what you thought in the comments, because I need some encouragement to pick this one back up right now. It's not gonna happen this month, and as far as my book buying challenge goes, this one is going to be a DNF, which makes me sad because I really didn't want to DNF any of them. But considering there was 30 books, only one DNF is not bad. It's Friday, August 16th, and I finished Invasion of the Tearling by Erika Johannson. I really enjoyed this. It was very different than I was expecting it to be because it followed like 2 timelines rather than the one that I was expecting it to follow. It wasn't quite what I wanted it to be, but it was still really good. And I still really love Kelsey as a character, though she does some weird things in this book that I'm not sure how they happened, but they did, and I enjoyed it. I also am trying, like, there's a little bit of a love interest in here I think I like, but I'm not sure, because there were like hints at a different love interest in the first one that I did like, but now in this one I think I might not like that one. I don't know, it's weird. There are other hints in this one. I really want to move on and continue on with the next book in this series. I just feel like this is a good series to like binge read that way, just because of the way the plot is done. It's a very kind of slow meandering plot. I kind of love those types of plots, especially when they're political like this one is. So yeah, I definitely really enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I honestly, like, it's one of those books that it doesn't go in the direction that I want it to, and because of that, I don't enjoy it as much as I want to, even though I like it for what it is. So yeah. So when I finished that audiobook, I decided to pick up Fly Away by Kristen on audio. I put the audiobook on hold like a couple months ago. I finally got it, and I have the physical version, obviously, and this is also one of my book buying band challenge books, so I'm almost done with that. So I should be buying books again soon. I'm super excited for it. So far, I'm really, really enjoying Fly Away. I forgot how much I love Kristen Hanna's writing. The relationships in this book are so, so good. It's different than I was expecting though. So this is actually the second book in like a mini series, I guess. This is the sequel to Firefly Lane, and something big happens at the end of Firefly Lane, which I don't want to tell you guys because spoilers. And this one kind of takes off after what that happened and how everyone is reacting to that and things like that. So it followed one character first and went through like their story for about 3 years, and then something happens pretty big in Fly Away, and then it went back to another character and all of their time between the big thing that happens in Firefly Lane to the big thing that happens in Fly Away, and now it's on the third character and their story. And I actually really like the way that it's written. It's set in the early 2000s because the big event that happens in the previous book happened in 2006. And the big event that happened in this book happened in 2010. So it covers those 4 years. So it's technically historical fiction. It's considered historical fiction, but it's like modern historical fiction because it's only been 9 years since like the events that were supposed to happen in this book. So I don't know if I want to consider this my historical fiction for the month, because I had totally planned to read this next month as my historical fiction, but I was supposed to read Salt of the Sea this month, and I'm not feeling to pick up Salt of the Sea, but since I'm reading this one, I might just consider this one my historical fiction for the month and call it a day. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this. I picked up a lot of good books like towards the end, like, because before I picked up The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest, I was falling into like a mini slump. I'm definitely still in like a physical book slump. Like I haven't been able to pick up a physical book, partially because I just don't have time. But like my audiobooks are really good right now and I'm really enjoying them. I haven't read any physical books this week so far, and it's Friday. So I only got like a day and a half to fix that. So we'll see if I can get to that tonight, because I do have a few physical books that I'm really excited. So it's Saturday, August 17th, and I just finished Fly Away by Kristen. I know, I'm going through these audiobooks super fast. I think it's partially because I'm just not doing any physical reading and I'm just doing a bunch of other stuff. Really enjoyed this. I don't know if I like it more than the first one. This one is just like a deeply emotional book, while the first one, I don't know how to explain it. The first one, there were good times and there were bad times. This one, there were almost exclusively bad times. There weren't very many good times. And I don't know. I did really like it. I did really enjoy it, but there was just this like depression hung over this book. Whereas the other one, like, I could enjoy it for the good times as well. So this one, it was heartbreaking, like, the entire time through. It wasn't like it hit you in doses. Like, it was just always heartbreaking. And I didn't realize there was just so much of the story that was left open in the last book. I hadn't really thought of that, because I thought the last book closed really well, and then this book just, like, opened it up back again in the very beginning, and I still really enjoyed it. I think the ending of this book was really good. Also, the last book hinted at something was gonna happen in this book. It does not happen, in case you guys are wondering. I don't know if that makes me happy or sad. I think I'm happy about it because it makes me feel better about the last book, but at the same time, it's a little heartbreaking because it was something that in the last book, it was something that the main character was kind of like self-conscious about and doubted herself a lot about it, and then like it never really came to pass, and it was kind of like, well, she didn't have to doubt about it. So it kind of made me feel sad because of that, because she was always self-conscious about this thing, and it was never really a thing that she had to be self-conscious about, which made me a little sad, but at the same time made me happy because like she was just worrying for nothing. Like, it wasn't true what she was worrying about. It's really hard to do this with no spoilers. Like, really hard to do this with no spoilers. Anyways, I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it 4 stars. I think I gave Firefly Lane 4.5 stars, and I like this one a lot, just not as much as Firefly Lane. And so this one will be getting 4 stars. I'm giving a lot of books 4 stars this month. I'm gonna have to pick up a new audiobook soon. I don't know if I want to do that quite yet because I've been finishing them way too fast. I have so much to do that I can't pick up physical books still. Man, I'm not getting any physical book reading done this month. I did a lot last month, but this month it's just audiobooks. Oh, that makes me annoyed because I have a really big physical TBR. My audiobook TBR is like shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. I have like almost nothing left on my audiobook TBR. I'm gonna start picking up stuff for September, like in August, but it's fine. Okay, so it's Saturday evening now, and for the audiobook, I had decided to pick up 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia. This is one of the books that's on my Book Buying Band Challenge, and I'm really trying to finish it this month. So I decided to pick up this one because it's one of the few that I still have left on audiobook to read. I enjoyed this one. The beginning of it, I was a little disappointed because it felt very YA. I know this is a YA book. I know it's a YA book, and I feel bad about saying that, but it just had this like very like in your head angsty sort of thing going on that I didn't really enjoy. Also, I was really excited for like the idea behind this book, because the idea behind this book deals with the multiverse theory, which is just one of my favorite like physics theories ever, and I've never found like a book that does the multiverse theory really well. Actually, recently I read Dark Matter, which does do the multiverse theory really well. But anyways, my point is, I've been looking for a multiple worlds sort of book for a really long time that I'll really like, and this has been one that has always been recommended to me. So I finally got to pick it up. Then like the first half of it was just like a weird love story, and it didn't really get into like the sciencey stuff, but like the second half of it was really good. Really good. I really enjoyed the second half of it. I enjoyed the way the plot went, and there's just these details that like if you didn't pick it up throughout as you read, the twist would have been magnificent. But they were even better because I picked up the details as they went. So like I felt the twist more. I don't know. I love it when there's a good twist in a story like this. I still can't give it like a 5 stars or anything like that because I just didn't enjoy like the first half of it half as much as I wanted to. And at the end of the day, there were just some parts of the like the tone and the atmosphere of it that I just didn't enjoy. I did really like the plot. And I'm hoping that the characters will grow on me as the series continues because there's 2 more in this series. But I'm glad I ended up reading this one because I really, really enjoyed it. And I ended up giving this one 4 stars. So I decided to pick up a different audiobook after that. I know I'm going through my audiobook list so fast. And I just have so many physical books that I want to read. But like, I don't have time. I don't have time. And I don't feel like reading physical books. Like I come home and I just want to continue with my audiobooks, if you know what I mean. I decided to pick up The Blood Mirror by Brent Weeks because this is the next audiobook that I have on my queue, and like this is a series that I really, really enjoy. And I was thinking that I wasn't going to like this one as much as I do like it. Like I haven't gotten very far into it, but I just enjoy being in this world. Like there's just something about this world that I just enjoy reading so much. The last book was a little bit of a disappointment for me because I was so expecting it to be a 5-star read, and I wasn't really looking forward to this one as much because I've heard other people give this one kind of lower ratings. They didn't like this one as much as the other 3 books in this series. But right now, I'm really enjoying it. Like, I just love being in this world. I love being with these characters. And there hasn't even been that much magic. It's a fantastic magic system, and I love the political, like, intrigue that is in this story. So, yes, I'm really enjoying this one a lot more than I was expecting to. Like, a lot more than I was expecting to. This one is making me want to pick up the physical book. This series, for some reason, always does that to me. Like, I started on audio, and I'm just like, no, I need the book in my hand right now. So, yes. I might end up picking up physical books because of this one and not the actual physical books that I'm planning on reading this week. But anyways, so I think that's probably all I'm going to be able to update you guys on for this week. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you've read any of these books, if you liked any of these books, let me know down in the comments. I would love to discuss it with you guys. I post videos frequently on this channel, so consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up to support my channel. All social media links are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!